Remember, this is a 200 period moving average. Then I've got a 32 and a 64 period moving average in here. That'll give me basically a month and then a calendar quarter, or I'm sorry, a month and 2 months worth of data in these shorter term moving averages. And you can see, look at this, that we've got the market is definitely reacting to them, and it's reacting to them over here. Again, what this does for me is it helps me to establish the pattern. Is the market reacting in the same way as it has before? I'll give you an example here. Look at the market as it starts to break over here. Let's go ahead and scoot back. You can see that as the market is moving up in this uptrend, you can see that the market, it breaks out here and it starts honoring these two moving averages. You can see here it did penetrated a bit over here, but it didn't get an extended move to the downside. In other words, you don't see these really huge bars to the downside indicating there's a lot of momentum. So as the market starts to, it's reacting here just fine, and look at this, look at that. Boom. One big bar, knifes through. Look at the difference over here. They're closing off of the bottom. Okay, you see these big lines on the bottom here. Let me zoom in. Again, this is all the stuff that I do as I'm looking at the market. So I'm going to do this, like I said, real time, so you get a feel for about how long it takes. Of course, with my commentary like this, you'll draw it out a little bit, but you'll see in about a half an hour you can thoroughly analyze and get a plan. And what I'm doing here is I'm establishing a pattern. And so looking back here, you can see how the market pulls up off of the bottom, pulls up off of the bottom. Over here, we're going to start thinking about, well, hey, maybe the market is going to start knifing down. Closes near the low, closes near the low. Now all of a sudden the market starts pushing back up. And you can see, once again, the market cannot follow through to the downside. So once we get over here, this is when I can say, okay, well, maybe the market isn't going to start moving down, and I should be prepared for the market to start moving up. Market moves back up. Lots of volatility. Look at this big black bar to the downside. Starts getting around the moving average again. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for the market to pull up off of the bottom. Pulls up off of the bottom. Reacts, comes back down, pulls up off of the bottom. So I'm thinking, okay, the market's probably going to move up again. Market moves up. Look at this, another big black bar. Two big black bars, just like we had over here and over here, here and here. See all these big black bars? Now we have to see, what is the follow through? Does the market follow through? Next bar, pulls up off the bottom, pulls up off the bottom. So we get the market reacting again. Now remember, when the market did this little U shape here, this upside down U shape, we wanted to see, did the market pull off of the bottom? So the market once again is going to form this U shape. Now look at the difference. Boom. Closes down on the low. Now we can say we've got big black bars, but now we have a different pattern, don't we? The market is not, it's not pulling off of the bottom, it's closing on the bottom. This is when we've got to be open and look and say, okay, maybe now the market's going to move to the downside. That's how you establish the pattern. Of course, you can see it moving down. Again, what would we expect? We'd expect the market to come up and maybe react on this line, or possibly react on this line and push back down, and that's exactly what it does. So as we come back over here, how are we going to know that the market is done going up, or at least the likely direction, is done going down, or at least that the likely direction is up? Well, we're going to start seeing the market push down and then come back up. Okay, and the same thing on the upside. If we expect the market to continue moving down, we're going to see the market do this, push up and then come down.